2740 Solutions, home of the best trained, highest paid, and fittest problem solvers on the planet. My name's Adam. I'm hanging out with my package that just came in from Cobb. I ordered some Rally Armor mud flaps to protect this here S209. This is one of 209 of the 2019 WRX STI S209s. And the reason why you should watch this video is because we're installing the mud flaps on this very unique car. So it's gonna be a little bit different than a lot of the other Subaru mud flap installs there are, because this already has the wide body kit on it. Also, this is one of the 209 cars because it has the World Rally Blue paint and the BBS gold wheels on there, courtesy of Battleborn Coatings here in Clarksville, Tennessee. They did a great job with that. Before we get started, just want to remind you guys that right now we have a competition going. So when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to make a drawing from that list of subscribers to give out a free set of those Powerbeats Pro earphones. We are going to be also doing a review of those versus the exhaust that I just put on this car. Put an NVIDIA exhaust on here. It's very loud. The wife and the dog are not a fan, so we need to see if we can still make our business phone calls, either using the Bluetooth in here or using Bluetooth headphones to try to keep our business running with that nice exhaust on there. So with that being said, let's go into why we're actually putting mud flaps on here, because even with the wide body, there's still a lot of tire that comes outside of that protected area. So let's check it out. All right, so as you guys can see, here, I'll grab the light for y'all. But as you guys can see, I mean, when you look at that World Rally Blue paint, there's a ton of tread from that 265 tire that peeks out and will end up kicking up a bunch of debris, all that good stuff on the road, up on our World Rally Blue paint. So remember that this S209 also already has a factory wide body kit, but still doesn't have enough protection back there. So that's why we need the mud flaps on the fronts. Remember, these are 265 tires. Normal STIs come with 245, so an extra 20 millimeters here for the S209 up front and out back. Out back, we have the same kind of issue, still wide body kit on the back, but then there's this whole area of unprotected side panel, rear quarter panel with this nice vent here and this nice molding, but you know, there's definitely some room to protect there as well with those Rally Armor mud. All right, so like I said, I ordered mine from Cobb. If you guys are in the military, firefighters, if you can get their ID Me discounts, then I would highly recommend going through Cobb. However, if you guys can't get that 15% discount that Cobb offers to a certain select group of people, then I would potentially go with the Amazon link. I have that link below in the description. So if you guys check that out, that also helps the channel out if you use the Amazon link below. It should have all the options, and I believe it's Prime too, so it'll get there quick. So Rally Armor, made in NYC, that's pretty cool. Setting the standard in mud flaps. Looks like that is restricted or trademarked. So we got the black UR urethane mud flaps with the, we'll call it World Rally Blue paint, or World Rally Blue logo to match our World Rally Blue paint. Too bad they didn't have the BBS gold, but that's okay. Got all our mounting brackets up here and the hardware, all the grommets and little C-clips. It does require a little bit of bending, and we're gonna have to see, because remember, this S209, not a lot of clearance in there with these bigger wheels. They are 19-inch wheels with 265 width, so it's gonna be a tight fit. Let's get the car ready to go. We're gonna have to turn the front wheels so we actually have some room to work, and then the back we're actually gonna have to jack up because there's just no daylight here to work to get into any of those grommets. So with that being said, the car is going to get ready now. Alrighty, so we got our wheel turned all the way to the right. Got still a decent amount of tread on that tire after the tail of the Dragon. Watch that video right here if you guys didn't get to see that video. We have our mud flap. The ones with 4 holes in it are the front ones. And then we have our 2 screwdrivers, one flat, one Phillips. We have our bracket, and then we have top, middle, bottom, and then this little inside right here. So that's how that's laid out. So you have your S clips, your U clip, short screws and washers, long screw. This little bracket goes in right here, like so. So that's pretty cool that Rally Armor did that. And that's all about all you're gonna need. Again, GoPro is not included. That's what you guys are gonna be watching on in a second. And this elbow right here actually helps out a lot when you're screwing it in. So if you guys have one of those elbows for a drill, then that helps out a lot. All right, so first thing you're gonna need to do is you're going to need to remove these 1, 2, 3 little Subaru factory clips right there. So when you do that, you're just going to turn it to the left when it pops up. And then once you do that, you can use your small one to go ahead and pop out enough to get a hold of it. And that should come right out like so. So you guys are gonna repeat that with all 3. And then from there, it will be nice and easy. So we'll go ahead and, now if it doesn't come out, you just need to make sure it doesn't spin. There you go. All right, next you're going to want to go ahead and peel back this part right here, just so you can go ahead and access right there to put the 2 S clips and then the U clip down here. So we'll go ahead and pop those clips on now. Got the S clip on top. Remember, this backing needs to be in the back. And then the U clip goes on the bottom. Alrighty, so then you just gotta make sure everything lines back up nice. And then you're ready. Alright, so this metal bracket right here, that is actually gonna go on the back side of our World Rally Blue stenciled with our black UR mud flap from Rally Armor. It is going to go like so. But when you do that, you need to make sure it has a bend in it like this so it clears the wheel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and make sure it's on the back, and then we're gonna go ahead and bend it about a 1/2 inch. With us, since we have our wider tire, I went a little bit more aggressive on the other side when I did the other side first, and it worked out pretty well. So it's gonna end up looking a little bit more like this. It's gonna have a bend to it. It's gonna keep that mud flap out of the way of the wheel when it's turned, especially like that. All right, to secure our mud flap to the bracket, we're gonna start with this little push pin fastener that they provided us with. And all you're gonna do is just make sure it's pulled out all the way. Boom, so it has enough room to get through. And then just on the wheel side, you're gonna go ahead and put that through right here, and then all the way through. Once it's in, you're just gonna go ahead and sink it through. And now you have your one fixed point. Still got a lot of wiggle room, so you're good to go. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna set up your bracket right here with your long screw and washer. So you got your long screw, your washer, and that's gonna go in right here at the bottom part. All right, so I've got the bottom part preloaded right here. It's got the little bracket on the back, and that's gonna go in right in here. So I'm gonna put you guys back down, and I'm gonna load you guys in right there. All right, and remember we already put the backing in there, so should be all set to go ahead and just get this thing in a tentative position. All you gotta do is get it on there enough to work out the rest of it. So just a little bit, can hang free like so. You know, this still got some work to do, so now we're gonna go into both of our short screws and put those here and here. Alrighty, so we got our short screws ready to rock here, and we're gonna go middle and then top. Remember, that bracket is behind. You're sandwiching that metal bracket between the mud flap and the actual fender liner right there. We'll just get this in a couple turns so we can keep working, and boom, top with washer into the top hole like so. Just get that on there, sink it in a little bit. And now we are basically on. We just have enough play so we can move this thing around. So you're not gonna be able to really tell if you have enough bend until you're gonna be able to tighten down these right here, because that bend has a ton of wiggle room right now. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten these down with our drill bit. Remember, I got my elbow bit right here. Helps out a lot. So we're gonna tighten it down. Just be careful we don't either strip a screw or break a washer with this bit. Still got some play right here, but it's getting tighter. Since we have the S209, actually I'm going to just basically go ahead and go all the way out in the all the way out setting, because the wheel is so wide that I want as much protection as possible, and it looks fine with the fender. I'll show you guys a better picture at the end, but it lines up pretty well. We do have this awkward gap right here. That is a very S209 exclusive gap, this one right here, but that'll do. Gonna hand tighten these the rest of the way. Once the washers start to bend, it's pretty much good. All right, should be about good there. The rear wheel, the front is done down there, so we are good to go. Didn't even have to turn the wheel back yet. So let's get into it. So we gotta knock out. We're going to do it with the rear wheel on, and the tools we are going to use and the parts we need are the following. So you have your two nuts right here. So that'll be the top, that'll be the middle, and then that'll be the bottom. So this will go here, these will go here, and that will go there. And then this is the tool that's going to allow us to not take the wheel off because there's just such a small elbow there. Then we need both our screwdrivers here, and then our 7/16 to tighten these nuts. We will also use our elbow drill to go ahead and expedite the takeoff process. So the thing with the S209 and some other STIs and WRXs is these USDM side skirts right here that continue from this body kit down here gets in the way when we put our bracket like so. And that's because these bolts right here, these two screws, interfere with how this comes in behind the fender. So as you guys will see, luckily I already did the other side of the car, so I figured out how to make it work. Kind of a if it fits it ships approach. I didn't actually like do any extra drilling. I just kind of redid it, so you guys will see. And let's do it. All right, so first thing we gotta do is remove the pop fastener that is down here. So just gotta get our screwdriver under it, pop it off, and then pull it out. So it comes out. Hopefully we didn't break it. Looks like we're all set. Just kind of push it out. And keep that for later. And then the little extra thing we need to do, so we need to go ahead and undo these two guys right here, or else it's not gonna work since we have these little extra ones here. So alright, so that's going to give us some more play with this piece right here, which was preventing me on the other side when I installed the left side, from actually slipping in the bracket. So we'll go ahead and grab the bracket, and you basically just need to slide it in behind all of this action right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so don't forget to put your little U-clamp on your metal bracket before it gets in too far. So we'll just go ahead and slide that on right there. Alrighty guys, so make sure you fully disassemble your pop clip so that you can actually get this thing seated, and you're going to go ahead and get this thing lined up with this hole right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert that pop clip setting, and then go ahead and send in the actual plug. And it's not that satisfying, like, it's really not. I've been using that screw kind of as a placeholder up there for my hole. Looks like it came out, but looks like we're still relatively lined up. Yeah, it seems like it's still catching on there, so we're solid. Next thing we will do is go ahead and get these back in now that we got that pop clip done down there. Just go ahead and line them up. All right, we're gonna tighten the rest of these USDM side skirt screws back on. Seems good. Yeah, see, this is not the most confidence inspiring, and it's just because everything's plastic, so might look into some alternative solutions for getting this thing kind of buttoned down more, but got to bend that metal piece back a little more just to make sure got that clearance. Now we'll go ahead and do the washers up here, and we'll pretty much good. All right, so we're gonna toss on the actual Rally Armor mud flaps now, and just need to basically go ahead and secure them on there. So you have your washer. Do the top one first because that's the easiest. Boom. Now I'm hoping that there's a reason that they do plastic washers, because I really don't like plastic washers, but I feel like there must be a good reason if Rally Armor is supplying all plastic washers up to this point. And the last one is the screw that is in the middle. And this is when you're gonna have to use your elbow tool if you're not taking your wheel off. All right, let's get this a little bit tighter than hand tight. Remember, you're going to tighten this down most of the way, but enough wiggle room so you can go ahead and line these up. I brought the level out just to kind of check my work. I ended up just going full stance mode, full wide mud flap look though. Kind of the default that I was looking for, plus it provides the most protection from all that stuff flying off these tires. So I figured that that was kind of the way to go. So what I was saying is, like, I pulled them all the way out so that they are totally out as far as possible. And yeah, it's not the most flush look necessarily, but it does, you know, complement the wide body, and it also makes it easy for lining up. If you put the level up to it, it comes out not level, but it comes out as a bit stanced out to the right. So if we wanted it level, it'd have to be, you know, more like that. All right, so the mud flaps have a little bit of a curve to them. We'll have to see how the heat treats them and just kind of how they wear in, but I'll give you guys a shot of it in the daylight to check them out. But that is basically the end of the install there, without taking any of the wheels off.